All right, what's up, Crown Council Live? Here we are back again, Thursday,
Woohoo!
October 16th. Stuart here, and I've got Greg. I'm in Cedar City, Utah. Greg is in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we're coming together to be part of Crown Council Live. This is our weekly opportunity to connect with our resource partners, team members, doctors, everything that makes this great Crown Council community what it is. So we're grateful if you're joining us live or watching the recording. We're thankful to have you with us. Hey, Gregor, how are you?
Where is Cedar City, Utah?
Oh,
You might want
just
to,
we are 3 hours south of Salt Lake City, so close. I'm still in Utah, just not in the office today. So grateful to be able to still join. We've got an awesome guest that they're not in the waiting room yet, but as soon as they are, we'll let them in. We have been trying to get UltraDent, one of our great partners, resource partners, and Smiles for Life partners, to join us for quite a while. So we're excited to have them with us, joining the live stream today. So before that, just a few housekeeping items. The major item, which is how fast the annual event has crept up on us. We are just over 100 days until we meet and gather together in Salt Lake City at the annual gathering of all Crown Council members, team members, spouses, and resource partners. We are in all, I mean, we're very close to full speed ahead when it comes to the Crown Council team spending every moment planning the annual event. So we're excited to be with you. We've had a lot of huge teams sign up in the past couple weeks, which is fun to see. Signups still coming in. There is still a hundred or so seats available for the annual event, so we hope that you can join us and be with us at the annual gathering of the Crown Council membership. Gregor, any thoughts to top of mind about the annual event that you want to share with
well,
everybody?
I don't know how much we want to disclose about the annual event, but there may be live reindeer at the annual event. We are in Salt Lake City, and it is going to be winter.
Post post Christmas.
Post Christmas reindeer at the annual event. The speakers this year are absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
Every year when we go through this, Rachel is the speaker picker outer, and she will vet hundreds of speakers before we settle in on the ones that we think best meet what we see as the needs are of the Crown Council membership each year, and they are just fantastic. I can't say enough about how this program has come together, and for those of you who have read the materials we have sent out, and if you're not signed up, you should know that on Friday night we do a Smiles for Life recognition night, and also it's always a themed party. This year the theme centers around Wicked, so we expect some very creative outfits this year.
Hmm.
I'm always amazed at the enthusiasm for the themed evenings.
Yeah.
The pajama night was probably my favorite so far.
Yeah, we've done everything from 80s night to cat night to 1920s. Every year, we did a
Superhero,
white, yeah,
superhero,
superhero. We
super
did a whiteout theme. So if you are watching this, make sure that you prepare and have some
pressure's
sort
on.
of, yeah, some sort of outfit. So we would love to see you dress up and be part of the fun dress up night. So very good. Hey, other things that are going on next week: Tops Leadership Academy. So if you're part of the TOPS program, and if you have a TOPS coach, TOPS Leadership Academy is included with that. And you can find all the information about, I'm sure they would still love to have you if you haven't registered at TOPS Leadership Academy in Dallas Fort Worth area. That is always it's a biannual gathering, and it is an incredible weekend together, discussing different leadership principles for each area of the office. So I believe in spring they did hygienists. In the fall, they'll do office managers, they'll do assistants. So they kind of rotate through who from the office goes to Leadership Academy. That is coming up next week. So be prepared for that. In 2 weeks, here, Steve and I will be doing on the 30th of October our Scary Patients webinar. Last year we did a similar themed webinar. It was actually on Halloween. I believe I dressed up like Dumbledore, if you remember that. That was a fun, but we'll have registration information coming out soon for that opportunity to be part of the Crown Council webinar
Wait, are
in
you
two
going to
weeks.
dress up?
I don't know. I mean, I got to check with Steve to see what he's dressing up as.
I
I
mean,
mean,
if pressure's on.
it's
Well,
not
that's
too
gonna be a
it's not too
pretty tough
distracting.
act to follow.
Okay. All right. Well, I know I set my agenda off to Ultradent, and I know we have one of our Ultradent team members in the waiting room. I know we're waiting for two, but they could just be together, sitting together. So let's just welcome them. Let's just welcome them in. And as they're coming in, we'll just kind of explain. If you don't know our partnership with Ultradent, I'll just kind of wait for them to come in, and then we'll explain to them. But part of our incredible relationship with Ultradent focuses on our Smiles for Life Foundation whitening program. And Ultradent is our partner and have been for quite some time, donating all of the whitening materials that make Smiles for Life possible. So when an office participates in Smiles for Life, hey, how are
Hey,
you guys? Hey,
Hey, good. How are you?
welcome. Welcome to the live stream. I was just doing a brief introduction. I don't want to take anything away from you guys, but I want to make sure that you are introduced. So in Crown Council, we have resource partners. And when we rank resource partners, if any of them are watching, we just want them to know that no one compares to the partnership that Ultradent has with us. We're so grateful for you guys as a true partner in Crown Council and the Smiles for Life Whitening Program. So welcome. Would you guys mind introducing yourselves as you're kind of new to the Crown Council world?
Yeah, thanks for having us, Stuart. My name is David. I am one of the product managers on the Opalescence line. I've been at Ultradent actually a little over 7 years now, and I've over the years I've heard many good things about the Crown Council, so it's good to make the connection today in person.
Very cool.
Yes, my name is Becky. I've been here only a couple of years, and I've been in the dental world for about 20, 25 years, off and on. And so I feel very truly blessed to be able to work with a company that is Ultradent and what it has to offer, as well as feeding my unique passion of and love for dentistry. So happy to be here and just really happy to be part of the Crown Council podcast today.
Nice. Becky, it's not unique. I mean, you are surrounded by dental industry passioneer. I don't know what to call that.
Yeah,
Passion.
yes. I like passioneers. That sounds
That's
great.
good. So, inside the Crown Council, we have a select group of offices that participate year to year with our Smiles for Life whitening program. And if you don't know what that program is, I'll just give a brief, big overview. And Greg, you can help me if I missed anything. But for the past 30 years, Crown Council offices whiten in their practices just like normal. March, April, May, and June is when the campaign runs. And during those months, instead of collecting the money and keeping it, offices collect that money and donate it. And it is donated to Smiles for Life, which then distributes the money to multiple different charities, including the Crown Council humanitarian trips, our partnership with Teammates for Kids in building the Child Life Zones. And I mean, over the years, Gregor, 600 different local charities that Crown Council members have picked. That's an
800.
800 different local charities that also Crown Council offices can pick and donate to. And it is not possible at all without Ultradent, who donates not only the product, the shipping, but also a very special person who handles all of our requests.
Bless
Who is
Corey.
our
Yes, bless
best,
Corey Shaw.
Yes.
who is one-on-one with all we do. Gregor, what did I miss there?
I think that we have raised over $52 million has ought to be put on the wall somewhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that is an achievement worth saying. And it is in context with everything that the Crown Council does. It is a turnkey program where you and your practice can put an effort into doing good, which is, we think, a hallmark of a great culture in the practice.
Yeah, very good. All right. Well, I want you guys. Okay, so you can decide. You can elbow each other for who's gonna answer which question. But we have a lot of fun questions, and we had other things going on in the live stream today. But two of those things are just recorded video. So I don't want to be constrained at all by how long this takes us. I think this would be fun to just explore most, if not all, the questions we have with you guys, because you're our live guests and we might as well just do it. So the product that we use through Smiles for Life Whitening is Opalescence, and it's been around for 35 years. Can you guys maybe talk about the history of the whitening product and what makes it so unique?
Yeah, so I don't know how much your listeners know about the history of opalescence, but it was created by our founder, Dr. Dan Fisher, through a story that's a bit around humanity. So his daughter, Dr. Jelena Jessup, when she was a teenager, she got bullied for her yellow teeth. And she kept coming to her dad saying, "Hey, Dad, I have yellow teeth. I want them whiter." And he would say, "Okay, like I'll help you with that." And she kept coming to him over and over again, just saying, "I like kids at school are talking about my yellow teeth. I want whiter teeth." And so he created the original opalescence formulation and had her try it in overnight. And over one night, her teeth whitened two shades. And so he's like, "Okay, this product, it has something in it. It works." And it dramatically improved her confidence, the emotions that come with a good smile. That's kind of the foundation of opalescence is that smile is all about confidence and just elevating somebody's life more than just the simple aspect of whitening teeth. And so with that
Yeah.
foundation, we've kind of carried that legacy throughout Opalescence's history as we've introduced new products like Opalescence Boost or Opalescence Extra way in the past, Opalescence O, Trey White. Currently, we've had Opalescence Go and a few others, which we recently updated this year. We'll talk a little bit more about later in this podcast. But that history and connection to the emotions and the humanity of whitening has really been a throughput with opalescence in its history.
I do like that. One of the things that they do like to highlight, well, Dr. Jessup likes to highlight in that story is that, of course, because, Dr. Fisher is a doctor and wants to have that control so that he knows exactly what is happening, right? So how did he know that it was two shades? Is because he only had her whiten half of the
Oh,
apartment.
nice.
So it was definitely for her. She was like, it was great once I could whiten all across everything.
They
But
made fun of me for 3 days at school.
yes. So that's how they knew that it worked. But also for her, she was like, it was still a pain until I could actually whiten my whole mouth. But it did change everything for her, and just that foundation of that emotional story is really what it led to this creation of the full suite of opalescence that we have to offer today.
Nice. Yeah, it's fun. One of my favorite things about working with you guys is your mission, how your company, because I've been out to the I've been to Ultradents. Gregor, you too. We've been to
Anytime.
Ultra.
Good.
And there is a really different culture when it comes to the way that even guests are treated when they come to your building. And we love that about Ultradent. We even had, what was it, 2 years ago, Gregor, when we had Dan with us at our annual event, and
Yeah, gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award. That was really sweet.
That's
really
amazing.
fun.
Yeah.
Yes, great place to work.
Maybe talk about at-home whitening. I know we're going to dig into this a little bit more today, but how did opalescence kind of, when it comes to at-home whitening and the history of that, can you talk about that, how it shaped that industry of people taking home whitening and doing it themselves?
Yeah, I would say that whitening prior to opalescence was a bit of a limited market. So with the introduction of opalescence take-home whitening in the syringe form, it really opened up that market for quality take-home whitening to the masses. And as it evolved over time, it's held that standard for whitening. It's the most researched whitening brand. We've seen other entrants come in and try to mimic it or chase after the market share with it, but it really has shaped the industry in terms of what the whitening quality of gel is, the standard we're looking for, delivery and formulations that work versus others that maybe don't work as well or could have other effects on the teeth that aren't as healthy. Yeah, anything to add to that?
So I worked at a dental office 20 years ago, and I only knew opalescence. And so when I didn't work at a dental office and I had like some other things done, like fillings done in my teeth, and I didn't have my trays that fit anymore. I was somebody that went on to Amazon and bought my opalescence, and I bought a night guard or a mouth guard piece, trying to make my own, like in the cheapest way possible on the student budget that I had at the time. But I wasn't going to sacrifice the quality of that opalescence gel. And little did I not know that they have go out, and I could have just bought that. And so, what a convenience go has been. And now we have Home Advanced as well. But that was just something that I valued that, and I also know that there's the customizable. There's the different percentages so that you have the different wear times, and it can customize to you and your teeth and sensitivities, or the amount of time that you have that you want to put into it. And so I feel like not only were we one of the founders of that, but just being able to customize and have everybody have their own. I say unique. I guess unique is the word of the podcast today, I guess. But
Yeah.
your unique experience with that opalescence. I just think there's so much value there.
It's a good transition because probably like you guys, my social media feed is filled with some of the weirdest dental products. Like they must know I'm in the dental industry, so they're like, oh, so that's a good transition into how wacky this whitening industry can be. And you guys are kind of on the front lines of it. Can you talk about that for just a second? What you're
You don't want to
seeing?
try a dry eraser or a magic
eraser.
Want to paint them? Got to paint them.
I mean,
Yes, I've seen white out.
let's be honest. If Becky was alive today as a 20-year-old, she is doing those things. Like she is definitely using it.
Okay, they said.
But what are you guys seeing, like global trends, credible, questionable, all of that stuff that you guys, I mean, because you're on the front lines of it. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Well, just to be clear, magic eraser is questionable.
Okay.
Enamel matters, and enamel is really like the biggest part. So even when we're talking to anybody about anything, we really go back to the foundation of how teeth whiten and the science behind it, because again, we're very science driven, and a tooth is going to act like a tooth, right? And so, and there's different properties that come with that, and what the intake is, and your intrinsic, extrinsic staining, and what you can do around that. And so it definitely plays into then going into the social media trends, or what we see globally that's trending, which is basically the same thing. The social media trends you see here are worldwide, I would say. But yeah, the enamel, like just making sure that enamel doesn't get removed prematurely by anything.
And some more specific trends. We're seeing an uptick in non-peroxide based whitening, which if you know the science of whitening and how peroxides permeate the enamel structure and oxidize the chromophores, the colored molecules to allow light to pass through it better, non-peroxide whitenings don't really get at the core stain. They don't really break those stain molecules that you need to whiten the tooth. Lights are always a pervasive thing. Lights, in maybe the aughts, the 2000s, you would see UV lights and lasers. Now they've kind of moved to LED. They still don't really accelerate any whitening or add any benefit to it. There may be some sort of brightening effect from the dehydration effect of it, that then you're going to see shade relapse kind of
do that.
Yeah. And that to be said, we're always looking for innovations. We're always going to test out, could there potentially be a light accelerated technology in the future? At this point in time, we have yet to find that. So
always testing.
Yes. So in social media, you'll see a lot of lights, and I think a lot of consumers are looking for that because they don't have the know-how on how whitening works, which is why it's important for the dentist to kind of have that conversation with the consumer that you don't need to invest in a more expensive or bulky or uncomfortable light in any way when you can still whiten just as effectively with pre-fill trays or syringe and a retainer or something.
Yeah. Or a mouth guard on Amazon.
It did not work.
It did not work.
Not great.
Oh my goodness. I mean, are there any other trends or convenience, quick treatments, things that our younger consumers are driving interest in that you guys are watching or that you guys are seeing that I mean might be interested to Crown Council doctors that don't see that kind of stuff?
For sure. I think so. We just launched on Amazon our whitening strips, the opalescence whitening
Mhm.
strips. And because we want to make sure that there's something for everybody, right? Like, is that something that we think you're going to get the best experience with? You know, whitening wise, yes. But the experience that you're going to have when you're putting them on versus like the UltraFit tray and that comfort and um, maybe not, you know, and it is a lower percentage, but ultimately we want to make sure that we have something like a full suite for everybody. And that is one of the markets that we didn't have anything for, and so we do now. But other trends that we're seeing is like oil pulling or the charcoal toothpaste, and that again is where it's very concerning of the abrasiveness that is to your enamel. So if I'm talking to anybody about teeth whitening and trying not to look like I'm just a total nerd about wanting to talk about your whitening and whitening your teeth, I just tell them, like, when I see that they're starting to glaze over, I just make sure that they're paying attention to that RDA, and watching and just thinking about sandpaper and what it does to a table if it's too abrasive, right? And so just
Yeah.
talk through, because it doesn't matter. I like ultimately we care that people keep their enamel the best that they can. And
Yeah.
so no matter if that's a family member or somebody, some stranger on the street, I just want to make sure that they have the best information. And there's a lot of misinformation on how to make your teeth white for sure. So
Well,
Yeah.
this is a very good time to talk about this. So, assuming that you're talking to a group of dentists now, and that the dentist has a patient in his chair, and the question has been asked to him by the patient, what is the benefit of my having my teeth professionally whitened rather than using an OTC product? So now,
Yeah.
it's a great
so
question. You want me to answer?
how would you, as pretend you're dentists,
Yeah.
how would you have the dentist answer that question? And you mentioned it because it needs to be simple. So we
Yep.
can't get into the structure of the
Yeah.
peroxide. But how would
Yeah.
you answer that?
You have an answer?
Oh, marketing genius, David.
Versus
Yeah, but I don't think. Are you saying Amazon versus professional in office?
No, yeah. I mean, what is the difference between an OTC product and having your teeth professionally whitened by a dentist in the office? Oh, I mean, I guess
I
Boost
think,
is a thing, or a take home that you get from the dentist. Why should I do that versus buy an Amazon strip?
I think it's all about personal preference and talking through options and opportunities that one patient has, and what is their. So you've got to look at what is their budget for everything, because in-office whitening is a little bit more expensive, right, than your over-the-counter whitening options. And then, but if they have something that's coming up, like if it's all about timing and they have something that they need a quick whitening result for, in-office whitening is going to give you that best opportunity from that. And then you send them home with the over-the-counter or the like, so Opalescence Go is on Amazon, but it's also in the professional space. And we love that we have the option for the dentist to be that expert and be able to have that continued whitening experience for their patient, whatever the conveniences are for that patient, whether that's coming back in to get another patient kit or Opalescence Go or Home Advanced, or if they want to go online and do that through Amazon, that's great too. But I think ultimately it's really what is in the patient's best interest for their time, money, and what are they looking for? What are the expectations that they already have set so that the dentist can meet that?
I think
Nice.
to the patient, they will always get the most personalized, best treatment, whitening treatment, if it is done through a dental professional. We understand whitening is pervasive online. They can always go online and buy whitening if they want to. But it's similar to, so for example, I have actually bleached my hair before, like white bleach. And I could have just done that on my own. I could have bought a box dye or bleach at home and done it on my own, but I wouldn't have got quite the professional results and care around it and tailoring to my own hair needs if I get that on my own versus going to a professional hair salon. So it's similar with whitening, where the dentist can help monitor the patient's enamel needs or their dental health and what will actually whiten their teeth best versus them just trying to do it, figure it out on their own through some OTC product.
And if it's not working, then where do they need to go from there? And that's where that expert knowledge comes in from the dentist. And then sensitivity management. I mean, everything, our pH balance in our mouth is crazy right now, right? Like it just is. It's a sensitivity coming from teeth whitening? Is it coming from what you decided to eat and now we don't have as much enamel? Or is it, to each their own? It's very specific to the patient as well. And so as we try to help manage sensitivity, that also can come back with the dental care professional being that guide and that expert for the patient. And that really is all inclusive of that holistic care that dentist can provide. And then the guidance of when they're the trusted professional, they're coming back to you for other things other than just teeth whitening.
Thank you.
Very good.
Very good.
All right. I know that we wanted to talk a little bit about Opalescence, your guys' key goals, and maybe some new fun stuff that's coming out for 2026. Do you guys want to transition into that? Is that okay?
Sure. Yeah. So
Let's do it.
Yeah. So in the last few years, as the consumer market around whitening has changed, both for patients as well as consumers buying on Amazon and the whole market altogether, we decided to pair up with some external partners and kind of evaluate our brand again. And we saw the need to refresh our brand in order to, I guess, keep it relevant for the evolving trends in this modern sphere. Yes, all the noise. That being said, the science behind the product is still solid. We have not changed the science behind Opalescence formulations, but we did want to make the brand a bit more intuitive for anybody using it, as far as nomenclature and just the experience around whitening, that they know a little bit more what they're getting out of it, and just easier to navigate it, a more cleaner, cosmetic feeling brand. And so we created some concepts around what that might look like, and we tested it with various dental professionals around the globe. So US, Brazil, Italy, Spain, Germany, and a certain concept kind of rose to the top that people were like, my patients would like this, it's appealing to me, and this is still the same Opalescence name, but this new visual identity around the brand launched officially in Q1 of this year, so around January, with the launch of a product called Opalescence Home Advanced. And since then, we've been transitioning our products into this new, more intuitive experience in alignment with the new brand identity.
Very cool.
Yeah, it
Oh,
helps
go ahead, Becky.
Oh yeah, it helps cut through the noise. We've got color navigation, so that it just is really a simple opportunity for not only the dental care professional but also for the patient. And because, as you know, a patient is also a consumer, and the consumer is also a patient, and also the dental care professional is also a consumer. And so we're wanting to make sure that we have the clear messaging for each and every person, so that it's simple, because what we have is a really great formulation and a really great option for teeth whitening.
Nice. Very good. I know we I know we want to talk about some new product lineup. Do you guys want to talk about that? The Home Advanced, the Go products, the Custom, the Pro, and kind of what's changed across the board there? Or, I mean, do you guys want to dig into that more? Okay.
Yeah, so this new kind of brand identity separated or delineated our products into their use cases. So you have at-home whitening, you have customized whitening, you have professional whitening. So the idea with Home Advanced is that it signifies that it is home. It is an Opalescence home treatment, but it is also an advanced experience or an advanced technology around it. And the idea is that there are also going to be other products that fall into the home category as this brand continues to develop. So Opalescence Home Advanced launched in January of this year, kind of on a smaller scale, and then we brought into our launch on a more wider scale in March. And it is our newest pre-filled tray technology for whitening. It is still available in 10 and 15% hydrogen peroxide. It has a great mint flavor to it, but there's no longer this sort of we call it the exoskeleton tray, or there's a delivery tray you see on the placement tray, exactly that you see on Opalescence Go. As we looked at trends on social media and in focus groups with people interacting with the product, there was often a lot of confusion around
like leaving it in,
leaving the green tray in, or it wouldn't separate as well. So we made this, we simplified, I should say, the process around whitening by removing that. It's more intuitive just to see a tray and put it in. But the more innovative part of it is the way that the gel is put into the tray. So where other pre-fill trays have a bead of gel along the incisal part of the tray, this gel is a little bit more viscous and it is injection molded onto the tray. And so that means it's kind of
lined up
in the tray itself all the way around.
All the way around. So
molar to molar.
molar to molar on all the face of the tray. So the gel is hitting exactly where the patient wants it to hit, rather than feeling like, oh, I gotta press this gel up to hit all the surfaces of it. And so because of that injection molded technology, it also tends to have an easier cleanup with it. You take it out and
Nice.
there's less goopiness. You don't need all that goopiness when you whiten.
So if you are whitening while you're on the go instead of at home and you're doing this, wherever you happen to be or in the car, it's just really, it's a really easy elevated cleanup experience as well as while you're using it.
Yeah,
I love that.
I do want to say that we also still have Opalescence Go. There are no changes to that right now. So, I mean, the brand, this rollout of the rebrand is still evolving with time. But if patients prefer Opalescence Go, by all means, Opalescence Go is a great option for them. However,
great.
with ortho, exactly.
Yeah.
However, we've also people that prefer Opalescence Home Advanced. So this just gives another option for the dentist to talk to the patient and have something to cater to their needs.
And that the Home Advanced is a custom tray, is that?
It's
the pre-filled.
That
ultra fit tray that you have in Go is the same ultra fit tray that we have for Home Advanced.
Okay.
It's just a bead of gel and a placement tray for that simplified elevated experience.
Nice. Okay, cool.
And then for custom, so custom is the customized tray for your mouth, and then you do the custom syringes.
Yes, Opalescence PF has rebranded to Opalescence Custom to signify that it is a customized treatment. The packaging talks about its dentist design, customized whitening, just like the Home Advanced's dentist design at-home whitening.
Still in all the same percentages.
All the great features and benefits of Opalescence with a neutral pH, high water content, xylitol, all of those are still there. It's just all about elevating that experience and the patient understanding around whitening, because not everybody always sees whitening packages and know, oh, I can use this at home, or this is even teeth whitening, and we're just trying to simplify that process.
Nice.
Yeah. And then
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just okay. Sorry. We have the Opalescence Pro, which is to represent that it's in a professional setting, right? So the Opalescence Boost is what it used to be, and now we have Opalescence Pro. We're trying to streamline that as well, just to have that be known. You do it in the professional by a professional, and yeah, I was going to say something else. I'm not going to, but that's
very good.
I was going to say about dual white, like having a combo kit, or like combining it. Yeah, we can say that later if you want more time with us.
Of course we do. Hey, so if I'm a Crown Council doctor and I'm interacting with your products through Smiles for Life, one of our goals is to interact with you with all your other products. That we hope that whitening is kind of a gateway drug into the rest of the Ultradent suite. What would you say to Crown Council doctors? What's the best way to interact here? Let's say we're using Smiles for Life whitening products, Opalescence products in our practice. What is the best way for Crown Council doctors to interact with Ultradent on a more advanced level?
I would say reaching out to the sales rep is going to be the best opportunity. We have an amazing team of amazing sales reps that are across the nation that would be able to get you in touch with any piece of what we do, and with the Crown Council on that side.
Very good.
And also just in a procedural aspect of it, like Becky said earlier, when you whiten, you're really, or when you're selling whitening, you're really selling a smile. And when a patient is more confident in their smile or they like their smile more, they're going to come back to your practice for preventative work, for restorative work. If you need to do restorative work, it's always great to whiten before you do that, just to make sure that you're matching the shade to the ideal shade that the patient wants. I've seen this time and time again as I've worked here. I've actually run into people when I first started working here. I'll tell a quick story. I went to Chick-fil-A with some coworkers, and one of the workers there, she hit her teeth a bit when she smiled. She had a bit of fluorosis on her teeth, so some brown spots, and she always said that she didn't like going to the dentist. She didn't really like smiling, and so we said, well. We'll whiten your teeth for free. We'll do
We
this.
got a deal for you.
Yes, we got you talked to the right people. So we originally thought because of the fluorosis case that we were going to have to do Opalestor, which for those who don't know is an enamel microabrasion. We try to whiten first before we do that just to be conservative and save as much enamel as we can. But the fluorosis is bad enough that we're like, okay, we're probably going to ultimately have to do some microabrasion. So we brought her in-house to our operatory. We had our in-house hygienist whiten her teeth. And to our surprise, the PF product at the time, it was Opalescence PF, it whitened her dramatically to the point where we didn't have to use Opalestor. And she just beamed and beamed and beamed. And we would still go to the local Chick-fil-A and she would just be so thankful around it and was a bit more excited to keep up on her teeth, to do the preventive work, to brush her teeth, the floss, all the above that she was before. And so that's really what whitening does, is it really elevates the desire to just keep on your own your dental upkeep at home and to keep those regular hygiene appointments with your dentist.
I would say,
I love that.
We have our Smile with Purpose campaign that's really about opalescence and smile and having a bright white smile. But that truly doesn't stop with whitening, right? That doesn't cover all the cases that are out there that are dental needs for somebody's smile. And so that's what I would just tie back into your question is if you do have a patient that is looking for that, like, be encouraged that you want to help them create that smile. And I think that at Ultradent, we do have, the best opportunity to make that happen.
I love that. There is one more question that you guys sent over that I actually do want to ask for my own personal benefit, which is, what is the 3-step routine that you would recommend for a wider smile using Opalescence products? I got to know this. What's this 3-step routine?
We are now going to record this and send it out.
Let me say, right? But I think it's just making sure that I put whitening into my routine every week. I do it like a beauty regimen, right? So if you deep condition once a week, or you have a face mask once a week, or whatever. And beauty is a really big, very popular thing, in our markets today. And so,
Sure.
And so putting that in instead of keeping on to a white diet, I like to have berries and I like to drink wine and coffee. And so for me, I don't want to have restrictions. I would like to have it whenever I want. So I just put it into my routine and have that as a continued whitening experience to help maintain my white, bright smile. So that is one, putting it into your routine. Obviously brushing with low RDA toothpaste, that's a whitening toothpaste, is also another one. And the third one, I am not remembering right now.
She was the one who came up with this question. Has to be like, okay, she'll answer it because
I got you.
You got it. You got it.
Yes. I think just combining it, whitening doesn't stop with just like a pre-filled tray and using that. You could go to your dentist, start with an office whitening, and then send your patient home with some trays and say, hey, after you whiten with these, let's come back and let's reevaluate your shade. Or here's some opalescence whitening toothpaste as well. There's so many different ways you can combine these products to really tailor it to the best shape, the best whitening experience for the patient. It doesn't have to just be one. In fact, we see the best compliance and the best results when these products are combined together.
Very good. I was nervous that Becky was just going to be like, oh, charcoal. I just love the charcoal. That's what I do. So good. Very good.
Yeah,
Hey, Gregor,
You guys are
Gregor,
great.
Gregor,
especially yeah.
Hey, Gregor, before we wrap up, any final questions for our Ultranet partners?
Well, just a comment. I believe it is so much easier to do business with people that you like. Um, and one of the I don't know what is in the hiring process of Ultradent, but it is full of just the nicest people. And
Really?
I can feel it from you
Thank
two.
you.
I can feel it from your sales reps. And we enjoy not only the people that we do business with at Ultradent, but generally as a group, you guys are just a load of fun. And the quality of the products, I mean, top notch. And so if you can have great products and good people, I mean, why not?
Yeah, I
Thank you
agree.
so much.
And we'll quote Dr. Fisher and say, "How lucky are we?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says that all the
He says,
time.
I'm a lucky
I'm a lucky
guy.
guy.
I'm a lucky guy.
Yeah.
Well, we preach that all the time. I mean, there are a lot of culture is top down, and he is a master.
Yeah,
at it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Very fine man.
Yeah, agreed.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time and for having
No,
us
thank you.
join me
Thank you,
today.
guys.
Hey,
Okay.
we'll have you back soon. I want to do quarterly checkups. So this has been a great kickoff to our
Now,
our
take your
checkups.
days now.
Okay, very good.
All
Thank you
right.
guys.
Thank
Grateful you
you.
joined us.
Great connecting with you.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, Gregory B. As we wrap up today, I think we're going to end just a little early. But for all those who want to participate in Smiles for Life Whitening, we are moving that program into a more aggressive year-long campaign. So we're kind of doing away with this idea that it's March, April, May, and June. I mean, we don't want to be confined. So right now, I mean, people should be picking local charities, working with the marketing groups to make sure that everything is in step with what's happening now to get Smiles for Life launched, whether it's goals or themes. We've heard from some of the best Smiles for Life offices that they spend a year making sure that their campaign is working and running. So we're grateful to connect with Ultradent. We're looking forward to partnering with them again in 2026. Some really fun new things from them. So.
And I
Anything
would
else?
say that we believe that an assignment to everybody is an assignment to nobody. So we are making a big effort, a concerted effort to be sure that there is a charity champion in every practice. Somebody who, when they wake up in the morning, is responsible for doing good in the practice. And you will hear that from us consistently over the next few months. And if that person is not currently been selected in your practice, this would be a great time to have somebody that has that specific assignment.
Very cool. All right, everybody, we're going to end a little early. We'll be back next week with a new show. We're going to talk all about TOPS Total Immersion. We're going to talk about what happens when you go there, some testimonies from people who went, came back, and then implemented the things they learned. We'll also hear from Steve about what is TOPS Total Immersion and why you should go. So grateful for Ultradent, thankful for our partners there. Fun to meet with David and Becky. So thanks, Gregor, for joining today.
Thanks, Stu. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.